to celebrate us catching up with the series since we've been enjoying this like Black Clover sort of enjoyment that we've been having. Do you know what? I'm going to talk about the last 2 chapters of we are doing this catch up in a fucking row because why not? I think this would be a good fucking idea because why not? You guys seems like you've been really enjoying the Clover and you know what? You don't want to wait another fucking day to see what I think about this, and especially as well to you motherfuckers who are like not caught up with the series because I know a lot of you guys are probably stuck on chapter 8. Well, with us in Shonen Jump, we managed to get 8, 9, and 10. So yeah, we kind of caught up with you guys. We've got 2 chapters sort of aftermath, and I can definitely say, whoo, I'm really excited to see what the next fucking chapters are gonna be because we saw, you know, like I absolutely loved like when fucking like in chapter 9 we saw sort of the aftermath of what everything that happened. It's like, you know, they tracked up Heath and his crew, but one of them did manage to escape quickly with his water magic, and it was like I just loved Asta. He's like after the end of that, like that sick ass fucking power. It's like, how could I lose to such a peasant? And he's like, yeah, I won, you jerk! Like that, he just passes out, just sleeping. He's like, oh, yeah, by the way, that fucking exhausted the fuck out of me. And it's like, one thing that I noticed very interesting that came into the chat was like, oh, by the way, one of those little birds like don't have any magic, which obviously is going to be like a little kind of a little mascot, I guess to say, like the black balls, like, oh yeah, Master's going to have this cool little bird that always goes around him because he has no fucking magic, haha, you know, all that sort of stuff. And those that magical stone, it's like, oh, that's sort of like, you know, that was in our village, that gives us protection. It's like, you can have it now. It says a little thank you. I honestly guess, and this is the thing, since we've already been talking about this giant demon that the last magical king like took down and killed, I'm honestly guessing throughout all of this that pretty much this magical stone, I'm guessing Asta's gonna like gain a new part of his powers, or he's gonna lose fucking control of it at one point, and this little sort of stone, kind of like how Naruto like into the Four Tails mode, and like he had like that Zazie, or like maybe how like Meliodas in the Seven Deadly Sins sort of had that transformation, and he kind of lost his fucking control for a while. I feel like it's going to be like that, personally. Like, it's going to go down like that, which is, you know, that's not bad. Maybe that's a cool little bit of hinting to say that, you know, there's more to, like, him, that he's going to need some actual magical fucking help just to take down some shit like that. I thought that was kind of interesting. And actually finding out that, like, the big baddie himself, what it seems like, is actually part of the Golden Dawn. And I was like, they seem to be up to some fucking dirty deeds. They seem like they're trying to resurrect something. Maybe that certain demon that we had all those years ago, or maybe it's just another one. Like, it'd be interesting if it's like a lower class demon at first, like some sort of Deliora stuff from like Fairy Tail. I think that'd be very interesting. It's like, oh, by the way, you know, this big evil fucking motherfucker. Yeah, he had some fucking really powerful minions. So I think that's definitely something we should go into the next arc, like going into it. Because the first arc, what we had this little sort of a quest that we had, it was interesting. I enjoyed it. Like, I thought it had some good parts to it, and definitely a nice little wrap up with some nice little bit of sadness to it. But finding out that the actual dude that was protecting them, the guy that sent them the mission anyway to get the sport, actually died throughout this, and seeing like his grandchild's actually standing at like the grave, I was like, wow, that was really fucked up. Like, regardless of what, not everyone gets a happy ending out of this. Like, even Heath and the rest of them guys killed themselves. Like, they actually had this magical item in their stomach saying, you know, we're not going to give you any information. We're not going to, like, be interrogated for any of this shit. It's like, fuck you. I thought, wow, that's pretty a kind of a dark ending to this sort of little mini arc, you could say, of like this whole little Miss Village investigation arc. Like, it was like, that's kind of really fucked up to see that. I was like, what? What? That's a bit fucked up show, dude. Like, yeah, by the way, it's like, we're going to inspire you to become a magical knight because your ass is going to do that, but it's like, regardless of what, it's kind of fucked up at the end. So that was kind of really like how chapter 8 kind of like resolved throughout this. Like, I think like chapter 8 and 9 was kind of resolving the fight. And then definitely with chapter 10, with this one, this was more like, kind of like a set up for the next one. They're saying like, oh, by the way, yeah, we get like stars like to do on our rating and shit. It's like, oh, this is really fucking cool. Which is, I thought that was interesting. It's like, oh, they actually get kind of like a reward system. Oh, by the way, we're like -30 right now. And I was like, oh, that's like, you guys keep fucking up and keep breaking shit. It's like, oh, we're only just 100 behind from like Golden Dawn because we just keep fucking up all the time. I was like, that's kind of really bad for you guys. I feel really bad for you, like, just doing all that shit. I was like, that's fucking bad. Like, poor fucking, like, black balls. Like, they really can't do shit right. And then when you see him, like, oh, by the way, we're gonna go into the fucking town. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, she looking fine. She looking fine. she looking real fucking tight. Like, I gotta say, although she was like wearing no clothes or Vanessa with clothes is even better. I know that sounds opposite, but honestly, it's the magic hat that does it. Like the whole sort of magical gear that she's got on there that looks so fucking sexy. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, fucking that's the lusty witch of fucking Black Bull. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And they even saying like, oh, by the way, it's the fucking Black Market. So this is kind of interesting showing up. Oh, by the way, yeah, like, we're gonna have like magical items throughout the whole series. Since I really want to see like how far, like if we're gonna have like one person in the guild that actually focuses on like magical items, not really on like shit like that. And even meeting like the motherfucker from like all that time ago that tried to fuck up like fucking Asta in the whole exams is like, oh, by the way, I'm a magical knight. It's like, no, you fucking am. It's like, get the fuck away from us, you insect, you piece of shit. It's like, and then just out of nowhere, it's like, oh, by the way, there's a thief. And he just like takes all the fucking money that this one bitch took, and he's like, oh my god, this bronze motherfucker, I want to punch him in the face so fucking much. It's like, you piece of fucking shit, I want to break your fucking face so much. And then just asked out of nowhere, not gonna lie, it's like, everyone's like shocked, it's like, oh, holy shit, this kid's running pretty fast. This shows like, out of everyone, like they must be really weak, like physically, but like this, like Asta, since he's been training like all this time, because he was from like the lower classes and shit, like he was able to do this, and he's like catching up to him, and it's like fucking cutting down his wind magic, and then that motherfucker was like, oh yeah, the credit's all mine. I'm gonna stab you with a fucking paralysis knife and just stab you in the fucking foot. And it was like, and just like he's like, oh, by the way, you took me down, but by the way, yeah, you can like fucking take my dream. And it's like, Asta's like, no, don't give up on your dream, you know, you can never get it true. It's like, and it's like, oh, by the way, that thing isn't gonna kill you, fucking moron. I was like, wow, fucking dumbass. I was like, I really did like, oh, by the way, grandma, here's all your money. Turns out that little grandma is the fucking like the Wizard King himself. And I was like, okay, that was kind of interesting. Introducing us to the Wizard King himself, and I was like, he looks pretty sick. I don't know why he's got like a fucking brand symbol from Berserk on his fucking like on his chart. So I'm really interested about that. But it's like, oh, you know, I'm always interested in stuff like, you know, in that magic and stuff that I don't even know. So this guy seems like he's a very curious guy. The design I was expecting to like. He doesn't look badass. He just looks intriguing. I guess you could say that. Like, I thought for like a Wizard King, he'd be like, you know, oh, I'm gonna have like fucking cool ass beard and like, you know, fucking hair. It's like, out of everyone, he seems like a cool ass motherfucker, but he just doesn't seem like intimidating or threatening. I don't know. It's kind of weird for like his design, but other than that, I really enjoyed these chapters, definitely like that. So now that we've got the Black Clover, we can actually now begin our weekly sort of chapter reviews of it. Yep. So look forward to that, guys. And, you know, thank you very much for watching. Like, I've really enjoyed talking about, like, Black Clover. I think it's been a really fucking awesome thing to talk about. But that's all from me. So thank you very much for watching as always. I mean, as score-wise, I give that, the first one, I give 9, like a 7.5. I thought that was a really fucked up conclusion, but it was really nice at the same time. And then the next chapter was kind of a little bit more slower paced, but it was like, it was kind of needed. I give it like a 6.5. It was needed, but it's meeting the Magical King and everything, and it was like good build up, showing about the world. The art looks fantastic. Everything was there. But that's all for me, so thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.